Our story begins on October 8, 2023, when Hamas launched a surprise attack near the Gaza Strip. This unexpected assault resulted in at least 600 fatalities, according to Israeli authorities. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's response was swift and severe, declaring that his country was at war and vowing to obliterate Hamas. A ripple of reactions followed this declaration, as world leaders voiced their thoughts. The United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, Germany, France, and Japan all expressed their solidarity with Israel, supporting its right to defend itself. Iran, however, defended Hamas and accused Israel supporters of violence against Palestinians. Saudi Arabia called for an immediate halt to the escalation and advocated for a two-state solution, while Qatar blamed Israel for the conflict and urged the global community to intervene. By October 9, 2023, the repercussions of the conflict had started to affect global markets. Surprised by the attack, investors worried about a potential wider conflict, leading to a rise in oil prices. Brent crude rose 3% to nearly $87 a barrel, while West Texas Intermediate also increased by 3% to just over $85 a barrel. Fears of potential supply disruptions, especially if major producers like Iran and Saudi Arabia became involved in the conflict, contributed to this spike. Meanwhile, U.S. stock futures fell, with the S&P 500 down by 0.6% and the Nasdaq 100 down by 0.7%. Investors feared that higher oil prices would lead to increased inflation and interest rate hikes by the Federal Reserve. Israel's stock market index, TA35, experienced its largest loss in over 3 years, dropping by 6.5%. So is World War III beginning? The situation is undoubtedly tense and the stakes are high. However, it's important to remember that conflicts are complex, and outcomes can't be predicted with certainty. The world watches and waits as this situation continues to unfold. To summarize, the surprise attack by Hamas on Israel led to a swift declaration of war by Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. World leaders voiced their concerns, with many siding with Israel while others defended Hamas or called for de-escalation. The conflict has already impacted global markets, causing a spike in oil prices and a decline in U.S. stock futures. Whether this leads to a global conflict remains to be seen. The world is certainly on high alert, but it's too early to predict with certainty the final outcome of these events.